What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the EA FC Career Mode. It's episode number 112. Right, loads of stuff to get through today. It's just cracking straight on. We're going to try and play through all these games in February, including that Carragher final against Arsenal. Before we do that, we've got transfer deadline day, where I think after just one advance, we should see... Is he not going? Is Francis Johnson not going? What is going on with that deal? How is he still negotiating? It's been like 2 weeks. Well, I'm turning down the bid for Dalton from Mallorca. I'm keeping him because if Francis does go, Toby will be the only backup striker we got for Pavel. But I can't believe that deal. Oh, there we go. Finally, in the top right, finally the deal goes through. And Francis Johnson, the Ghanaian, is off to Udinese for 64.6 mil. So that should see our budget rise to around £75 million. So deadline day is going to see at least 1 or 2 more signings, I would say, as the Ghanaian Academy grad is off to Udinese. That's a lot of money to work with now, though. Sorry, how is that an F? Player market valuation is 40 mil. Transfer sum 64.6 mil. The player's release clause was lower than his value. What are you talking about, mate? So just looking at the list of players that could replace him. Shabalala, I'd love to bring back as a squad winger, but unfortunately Milan won't sell. Duke is just too old now. This young English winger at Manchester United is pretty decent, but now 20, not get much better. Obviously, certainly can't afford the Bartman. Wouldn't let us get him anyway. I don't really know who to bring in here. I could possibly just about afford the Young Player of the Year, Tom DeVray, regen of Memphis. That's definitely right now my number 1 target. But I'm quite tempted, to be fair, instead go after 2 or 3 players instead of just a like-for-like swap. So I'm thinking maybe we go after Justice Amos, brother of Kwa, who's been invaluable to me in my team. I wouldn't mind replacing one Ghanaian with another. I think it'd be a pretty solid pickup as well. Justice, about the same age. He's about the same rating. And I still think you can get a little bit better than 34.5 mil. And a valuation deal is accepted. So that means that now we won't just sign in, but we'll have enough money for 1 or 2 more players as well. This is actually going to work out really well for us here for the squad. One Ghanaian leaves and another arrives as Justice Amos goes from the Mestalla back to Power Court as he returns to the place where it all began to join his bro Kwa Amos in this team. That's a really good bit of business, that as well. On a lower salary than Francis Johnson, yes, a rating lower, but really it's quite a similar swap, because when you look at the stats here of Justice, there's no reason why he couldn't play slightly further forward, even though the finishing is maybe not quite as good as Francis. 82 is still really good, so he definitely could become a striker, even if the strength and the heading isn't the best. Even so, Justice is in. I think he'll get just as good as Francis, and again, it means we've still got a bit more money left over to work with as well. So that's a very smart bit of transfer business, that. Docksy boy wheeling and dealing like Harry Redknapp on deadline day. 6 hours to go. Definitely not going to sell anyone now, that's for sure. I wasn't even planning to sell Johnson. It was a release clause that in the end I just decided to let happen. But with 5 hours to go, again, 40 mil in the budget. There is a bit there for Hoffman. Of course, I'm going to turn it down. Again, we don't really need anyone, but I wouldn't mind just 1 or 2 players just for the squad, really, just to make sure we've got plenty of depth for the remaining fixtures as we go for the Super 6. And there's just so much temptation to bring him back as a third-choice striker. I mean, Francis is gone, so even though he would barely play, a 75 rated 37 years old, the physicals have gone, but I'd love to bring him back for one last dance. I don't want to see him retire in Germany. I want to see him retire here, where he's a Luton legend. I'm going to bring him back. If even just for the squad on a cut price deal, I'm bringing him back. Sorry, hang on. No, I'm not. How is that valuation 26.5 mil? He's 37, guys. Maybe 10 years ago, but not right now. What are you talking about? I think that's a glitch. That's ridiculous. He's not worth that. Surely not. I'd say he's worth somewhere between 6 to 8 mil. And I think even that's being a bit generous considering his age. I'll go 7.5 mil. But okay, now it's just... What? What are you talking? What is that? What? If that's your idea of his value, mate, he's 37. He's about 6 months away from retirement. You should be paying us. All right, we'll sod that. In which case, I'm going to turn down these deals here. Obviously, none of my regs are going to go on transfer deadline day. That's ridiculous, man, honestly. We'll advance a couple more hours on deadline day, but I probably still will make one or two more signings, but it's kind of slim pickings right now. Francisco Texera, who I have my eye on, he's probably going to go to Atletico Madrid, and with 3 hours to go, yeah, I'm going to have to work some magic here. Massive monster bid for Anderson from the Reds. Obviously turned down. Another big bid for our 90 rated right back Christensen. Could have said it's because of Leon now. That's quite interesting. But he's going nowhere. I think I'm probably going to have to go after... can I not get I really want Shabalala, man. I really want him. I think... I don't know what I think, actually. I'm at a loss for words here. I'm sort of stuck now. That Adebayo deal has completely thrown me off. Can I get Liao? I mean, I'd love to get Liao. Moved on to the Magpies, signed a short-term contract, 1-year deal, but I'd love to pick him up here. I mean, I know physically he's completely gone, but I like how our team is like Sociedad favourites, Milan favourites, and Luton favourites. But two of the Milan favourites are Luton Academy grads in Long and Cox. So I'd love to bring Liao in. Short-term deal. 83 rated. He was like my star at the San Siro, man, and I'd love to bring him in. I still think that market valuation is crazy. Eddie, he's 35, mate. How are they valuing these seniors so highly? This is crazy. I can't get over how much they're valuing. Ridiculous. I know it's 2035, but even so, guys. How about Duke? How much do Leeds value Duke? 90 mil? I mean... This is ridiculous. Inflation's getting out of hand, honestly. See, that's clearly a bug there, because you might see the top left, the market valuation's got up to 27 mil. But that's ludicrous. That's well over the normal market valuation of a player. That's crazy. That market valuation inflated as soon as I went into the negotiation, when realistically it should only be 18.5 mil. So they're purposefully inflating those market valuations to price me out of moves. That's so frustrating. Well, in which case, I haven't got the full scout report on the guy. I would have had him in my academy when we were first with Luton, and if I can just about afford this guy off Bournemouth, Oliver Marks, that would be fantastic. I think he should be valued at, again, around 27.5 mil. I'd say to around 32 to 33 million. But we'll see what Bournemouth say here, and this might have to be my my final play for a sign-in on deadline day. I'll go straight in with a £30 million bid. I'm conscious of the fact it is deadline day. I've 1 hour to go. No one wants to lose one of their better players. And there we go, 30 mil for Marks, and in here my plan D, my fourth choice, is going to return to Power Core. With the Cherries struggling down the bottom of the table and sinking like the Titanic, Ollie Marks jumps ship and comes back home to Power Core, just like Amos as well. £30 million, 5-year deal, 60 grand a week deal. Probably could have gotten cheaper, really, but even so, pleased to have him back. And I think that's a really good bit of business there. You know, selling Johnson and then bringing in 2 squad players of similar ability as well. I think that's pretty smart transfer business, in my opinion. So yeah, Marks is back, 27 years old. Probably won't get much better, but as a squad player, I think he'll do a decent job. And again, like Francis as well, the only reason why, for those curious here, it will take him so long to become a striker, even though, when you look at his stats, he's got superb finishing ability, is because of the lack of strength and heading. The heading and strength, if they're not that high, even if his finishing is sublime, it will still take an absolute age for him to become a striker. It's one thing I wish EA would look into, because, you know, there are many strikers who aren't exactly the best in the air, but they can become some of the best in the world. Even so, Mark's in and a really handy squad player to have. And as our budget drops to 9 mil and deadline day comes to an end, you'll see the top deals on transfer deadline day. Arda Güler, the young Turkish wonder kid, going to West Ham for just shy of 100 mil. Gabri Vega, of course, tore me apart a couple of years ago in that Champions League semi. He's now going to join Man City for 85.5 mil, and that Francis Johnson deal, of course, we completed right at the start of the day, going to 64.6 mil. I'm happy with that. The Ghanaian striker goes, but a couple of players to replace him. Former Luton Academy grads, homegrown, and also filling out the squad a little bit more. That's going to be vital. A little bit more depth as we continue to chase that dream, unprecedented Super 6. Right, so here we go then. First of the 6 games on the back of the window shutting. It's Spurs away in North London as we aim to stay well clear at the top of the table and ensure this one is definitely going to be in the bag in our pursuit of 4 more to add to the Community Shield and the Super Cup we picked up at the start of the season. First to 6 today, Spurs away in North London. Easy, come on, still. Oh, what a save, Kaczmarek. Still tied at 0-0, second half begins, but we haven't exactly been in good form recently. Yes, our last game was a win against Brentford, but that's only 1 win in 3. Lovely side heel that. And it's Long and Cox and Abdullah. Come on! Who give us the lead. Yes, we're probably going to win the title from here, but the form is so crucial. We need a good winning run. Awful game to start off with. Very uneventful, but in the end, Abdullah's sole strike gives us the win. Back-to-back wins, and now we welcome Huddersfield for the FA Cup 4th round replay. Win this, we'll be into the last 16. Come on. Yep, surrendered 3 separate leads in our original game. I ain't letting it happen again, man. This is not going to be the game where our Super 6 dreams die. Absolutely not. Like, you know, a cup final against Arsenal, or like a Champions League knockout tie against a PSG. That's kind of, you know, understandable, but like a cup set giant killing at home? Nah. That simply can't happen. So, with Marks and Amos making their second debuts here, this needs to be a comfortable win. Not accepting anything less than that. Here we go. Abdullah for the opener, great save. Float that corner in to the middle. Oh, free header for the littlest man on the pitch. How does that happen? That just should not happen. Lars Christensen, smallest man on the pitch at 5'6", has just ghosted in completely unmarked and won a free header. That just should not happen, man. Certainly not for the tallest man on the pitch, but equally as embarrassing when you let the littlest man on the pitch score a header. That's crazy. That's a lovely ball by Christensen too. And he'll continue his run. And Marks will get a debut assist for our second goal. Abdullah drills it in off the post, and that was a really frustrating throwaway away at Huddersfield. Not going to let it happen tonight. No way. Making it through a minimal fast, 2-0 up already. Fair play, man. Took us to a replay, but got there in the end. Last 16, here we come. We did a draw directly after this, hoping for another championship side as we continue to hunt for the Super 6. Come on. Arsenal made it through their replay. Oh, okay, already the favourites made it through theirs, but we shall see who we got. Last 16, FA Cup. Last year got to the quarters. This year in the last 16, 5th round, we got QPR. It is indeed another championship side away from home. No disrespect, but I really wanted the Shrimpers. But yeah, QPR away and our 3rd straight game against a championship side. Getting lucky to draw there. Moving on, the team that are responsible for our only loss of the season coming next. Newcastle at Power Court. I swear we're facing them every month right now. But the Magpies, as we try and go even further clear at the top of the table. Man, oh man, these guys. You know what, like seriously, not many teams have been able to stand up to us this season. But in the 3 times we faced them, we've only beaten them once. I mean, this is a tough team to face for us. But as Abdullah gets on the run there, flicks it on for himself. It's got to be 1-0. And it is. He's been in form recently, Hisham. And Luton take the lead 9 minutes before the break. I've got no doubt this title is going to be ours. But Newcastle, man, every time we face them, they're giving me a good game. It's a lovely free ball, that. Easy. Oh, Kaczmarek. Gotta save that one, mate. That's a German regen midfielder, Koller, who's just converted from outside the area. But that shouldn't have gone in, that, let's be honest here. Kaczmarek's been amazing all season long, but he's definitely dropped a clanger there. Newcastle is such a tough team to be to face, man. Ghana to Abdullah. Gives it him back. And Albi sees Abdullah continue his run. I'll send him down that left to run onto there. Gets him behind Tino. And keeps it in play. Oh, that would have been absolutely disgusting. So disgusting. I would have vomited all over the microphone. I don't know why I said that. Still tied at 1-1 as Coxey finds Gabriel. Cox. Kowalski gone tied. Great save. Half an hour to go. Still tied. Cox. Oh, hello. See you later. Oh, that is absolutely brilliant dribbling from Cox, that. Absolutely fantastic. And Gabriel Long has found a bit of space and drills it in. He's been a little inconsistent since that red hot start, but he's still, in my opinion, the best in the world. Form's temporary, class is permanent, Luton lead. Honestly, not many teams have stood up to us this season and given me a real challenge, but Newcastle, in all 4 games we've played, have really made me work for the results I've got. Only teams who have beaten us. Yes, we've now beaten them twice, but only by a single goal. Tough team to face, man. Fair play. 14 games to go, 17 points clear. Bookies have officially suspended odds on us being champions, but they're still welcoming bets on us setting the points record. If we're going to do that, these are games we must win. Following match, Wolves away at Molineux. Can I just say as well how pleasing it is to see Gary O'Neill succeeding at Molineux? I mean, honestly, like when Bournemouth, you know, came up, I was in the same camp as the majority of football fans and pundits that believe that Bournemouth would go straight back down, their team wasn't good enough, and after that 9-0 thrashing at Anfield, when Parker was, let's be honest here, he loaded the gun for himself to get shot, when he was replaced and Gary O'Neill took over, I think it was sort of like, even early doors, everyone thought, yes, damage limitation, they're surely going down, and he kept him up. He was my manager of the year, and then for him to get sacked, brutal on the end of that. But then to take over Wolves, and then some people saying, oh, I think Wolves will go down, you know, Ruben Neves leaving, going to Saudi Arabia, you know, not having a good enough squad, and he's had a great start. They've been really unlucky with some decisions. I think it's brilliant to see it. Gary O'Neill is really getting such great applause and praise, and he really deserves it. He's done a phenomenal job. And I hope this credit continues for him, because he's been sublime as a manager that's defied all expectations. Fair play to the guy. I felt so sorry for him after the sacking. And yeah, I could understand Bournemouth's decision making, because it kind of reminded me of when Chris Hughton was sacked at Brighton. You know, they're ambitious, they're thinking long term, they're hoping for, you know, better things, and, you know, maybe thinking Gary wouldn't be the man to take him to the next step. But I still think it was such a harsh and undeserved sacking, regardless of how you look at it. Oh, lovely from Docksy, and Long will make it too. But to see him go to Wolves, now the start he's had, it's been wonderful. Long may it continue. Even so, Luton tuning up here, and he's 3 points in the bag already. I think we're going to be alright from here. We've got the Barcelona game in the week, so hopefully I'll be able to take some starters off at the break. No, this game is already looking like it's ours for the kill, really, as Luke Cundall rolls a lovely ball through, to be fair. And there's Cameron with the tackle, and we'll get it away. And away we go on the break as well. Kowalczyk says, Joel, no, you take it. I don't want it. But it have that. Oh, what a ball. What a ball. Mr. Abdullah. He's really come into it since the start of the season when I wasn't really doing much with him. He's really picked it up. What a through ball to Pavel that was. Oh, keeper. Oh, he's got away with that. Ref takes a bit of sympathy as Abdullah charged him down. A demolition in the first half in the Midlands. All goals coming before the break. And that means heading to that Barcelona clash. The winning run gets extended as we continue our pursuit of the Super 6 and the points record as well. Bring on Catalonia. Yep, off to Catalonia for the next one. Barcelona in the first leg of the Champions League, last 16. No doubt about it. Favourites to win this and the rest of the competition we're going for. But this is not an easy draw here against a side with so many high-rated regions, including the Bartman leading their line. First leg, and I'll take a draw going back to Power Court, but a win would be priceless. Come on, you Hatters. No. Careful. Bartman holds his man off. Ferran Torres. Oh, no. Oh, he's going to cross the line. Second time that's happened this season. And Ferran Torres can claim it, but there's no way that is going in without a ridiculous deflection. Albigana hooks it away, but by then the referee's already been notified on his watch. That has definitely crossed the line, no doubt about that. Barca in front for a real stroke of fortune. We'll have to come from behind if we're to avoid failing to win the first leg. That is such an unlucky goal to concede that. Sung-Soo dispossessed, and oh, he's in pain. He's in pain. And that is why we needed to add to the squad in terms of numbers. I think that's the season end of that. That was a strong but fair challenge, but that's left him down in a lot of pain. Free kick, Luton just on the edge of the area. Long standing over it. And Gabriel Looking to give us the leveler right before the break. Hits it straight at the wall. Headed away. And Abdullah. Oh! Hisham Abdullah has just scored one of the goals of the save, let alone the season. Luton equalise right at the end of the first half. Plugs the ball out of the sky on the chest. And this is why we picked him up from Sociedad. World-class Egyptian king. What an equaliser. Oh, I said I'd take a draw in the first leg, and I think we're going to get it courtesy of that Hisham Wonder goal. Unless Barca can find a late winner. This has been a cracking contest in the first leg. As Moreau gets away, and I think that is going to do it. Luton will... well, that's going to drop to Abdullah, actually. Hold on, guys. Hold on a second. Hisham Abdullah. Oh, keeper just about got there. Well, I said I'd take a draw. It's what we get. A wonder goal from the Egyptian right before the break. A contender for goal of the save, let alone goal of the season, means we will be all square heading back to Luton. What a contest. And how bad was that injury for, Sung Soo. So it's not a season ender, 2 months, but he will miss most of the rest of the campaign and come back around late April time. That's a big blow that for the Korean. Right, 6th and final game today. Carabao Cup final against Arsenal at Wembley as we go for our first major honour of the season and our 3rd overall in the quest for the Super 6. Whilst we're definitely favourites, my record in domestic cup finals is hardly handsome, and of course, all 3 I've played in England I've lost, so no doubt about this will be a very tough game. Arsenal are lining up in a 4-3-3, and whilst their team is mostly regens now, they've still got Ramsdale in goal, the back 4 including Hakimi at right back and Dennis Shirkin at left back. Conor Gallagher is their DM with Vitinha slightly further forward, and their front 3 includes what I believe is the regen of... can't remember his name, one of the best in the world anyway, and Saka now 90 overall on the right hand side. Can I lay those demons to rest finally and pick up my first major domestic cup honour in England? Come on, you Hatters. It really is unbelievable, isn't it, that 12 years in, 8 seasons spent playing in England, and I still haven't won a major domestic English cup yet. I still haven't done it after all these years. This is our 8th season in English football. I've had 3 finals, and I still haven't managed to capture one yet. But I said it before, this is why I've really enjoyed this save. I have not won anywhere close to the amount of honours I ordinarily would. Because this year's FC, as I've mentioned so many times, continues to be one of the hardest I've ever played. And that's why, even though right now we're considered favourites, based on my record, you'd probably say it's dead even of a contest. And it could go either way. I definitely think this might be separated by just the 1 goal today as well. Abdullah. Kowalczyk just couldn't get there. He's going to do it for the first half as well. Tense, nervous, as we're still deadlocked at 0-0. Honestly, I can see Arsenal nicking this late and my record get extended to 0-4 in domestic cup finals in England. Just haven't been dominant, haven't been imposing, and as things stand, we might well pay the price. Christensen wins it. And now Long sends Kowalczyk down the flank. Can he flick it back to Long? Yes, he can. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, no. Okay, alright. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Building. Creating. Just need that little bit of good fortune to send me through. And once I am through, I know I'm going to take it. With the front 4, I know whoever's the recipient will take it. Cox-Smith! Right on cue! Captain Cox arrives at Wembley! The goal scorer and game winner in last year's Europa League final! The goal scorer and potentially game winner in this year's Carabao Cup final! Long to Cox! Luton lead at Wembley! 5 on the clock in what has been a very uneventful cup final, but if it's a 1-0 then so be it. There's Kowalczyk, hustling. Oh, come on. Just got to survive this final attack. Arsenal haven't really pressured me at all. Cameron heads it away, and what's he giving that for? Where's the I didn't even see a foul there. Okay, Bukayo Saka standing over it. I reckon he's going to go for it himself, you know. I reckon he's going to go for this himself. Yep, straight at the wall. Don't even know what that was for. But might as well stay with me for the final few seconds, because Long's going to win it back, and that is going to do it, and the Demons are laid to rest at Wembley. Docks has won his first major English domestic cup. Get in. Awful game, absolutely awful, but a Long Cox combo sees us run out winners at Wembley. Luton Town have won the Carabao Cup. Shambolic game, but those two, the difference makers. Those two win us the honour. Those two keep us in the hunt for the Super 6. We're at the halfway stage, 3 down, 3 to go. Finally, I've got a cup in England. In 1988, Luton beat Arsenal at Wembley to win the League Cup final, and nearly 50 years later we've done it again. But this was an awful game, absolutely terrible, but in the end, Coxey's strike in the second half, just like in the Europa League final last season, gives us the major honour and my first English Cup of the save. About bloody time. Awful game, not even going to show you the stats, but most important thing is that we have the celebrations and the trophy in the cabinet. So, 1 down, 4 to go in terms of major honours, 3 down, 3 to go in terms of all the honours in the hunt for the Super 6. And we will leave it there for today's episode as well, guys. So a massive thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. I will return in the next episode with more big games in the Premier League, aiming to stay top with 13 games to go and pull even further clear in our pursuit of the back-to-back championships. We'll have the second leg of the Champions League last 16 at home to Barcelona after the first leg finished 1-1, and we'll have the FA Cup last 16 away against Queen's Park Rangers as well, in the pursuit of that Super 6. Goodness gracious me, I've finally done it. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.